Aku tunjuk ni buat apa. Right. This one. Wait, 14 people are watching.
Yeah, it's probably my batchmates, sir.
Whatever lah. Okay, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. If you are here, please say something in the comment in the chat box. Cakap hi ke, just tell us your name ke. You are joining this YouTube live from where? Let us know.
So, what is the name of your account, your YouTube account?
It's you don't have the link.
I do,
it's
but
Iqmal Padil. Iqmal
Okay,
Padil. Yeah. Oh. Hi everyone. There are 13 people now. Jom remind your friends to join. We will be streaming live with Mr. Alamin. Mr. Boleh lah, this man. Share sikit korang dari mana. Maybe Alamin, I think you have to either slow down the voice a bit good. The audio.
Is it okay now, sir?
Sekejap. Now okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think there are macam ada 40 plus ke 50 tak members of Taekwondo Club ni. Lama dah tak keep up. Oh, I think it's mine. But there are 16 people. Say hi everyone. So we have siapa ni? Farin Iskandar. Farin Iskandar, I think you're from 1, Farin. And we also have this young lady over here, Ain Shah. Hello there.
Hold on, Asa. I get my earphone.
No problem.
I get my earphone, Asa. Okay.
Grab whatever you want to get. Hi, Ain Shah. Hi, Faiz Asnawi. Optimistic. Banyaklah kau. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. We will wait for a few more minutes before we begin. Kita tunggu sekejap Lagi ramai, lagi best. Lagi ramai, lagi best. Arif Akmal. Hello Arif Akmal, kau sihat?
Okay.
You have already informed your friends from ni ke baling semua ke?
Oh ya kan. Okay, I'll let them know.
So guys, siapa yang baru masuk, please share where you are watching this from. And I know the weather now is not that good. It's quite terrible for the past few days. I just hope that everyone is safe. Macam-macam datang. Alamak, why Alamin you stuck?
Okay, already sir.
Your video macam stuck.
Okay. Yeah, I went out so.
Oh, okay.
How's it now?
Sihat alhamdulillah. Good one Arif Akmal. So baru 22. I target 30 people. We start. Come. Okay. I'll just inform in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Is this for the whole MRSM KK sir, or only for UBB Taekwondo?
It's actually for UBB Taekwondo, but we also open for other UBB as well. Dia macam program mingguan lah. Different week we'll have different UBB, and this week is for Taekwondo. So the advisors have been thinking, what are we going to do kan? So we have no idea. So why don't we just invite you and share a bit about your journey in Taekwondo lah.
I see.
So kalau kau tengok tajuk kan aku dan Taekwondo kan. So macam when people look at you, people straight away terus ingat Taekwondo.
Okay. Alright sir.
Okay, 27. Apa? you got anything to say?
No, I recognize some people here. Abelo, Faiz Asnawi.
Yeah, Faiz Asnawi. Come on, tell your friends. We reach 30, then we begin. You can also share with your other friends, okay, from other UBB. Today's sharing is going to be sempoi lah. It's just borak-borak je. More on sharing by Mr.
Informal.
Alamin, your senior last year, SPM 2020. I hope you will get and learn something from him. Jadi 23 pula. Aku nak start lagi turun. Hello Baby Ray Hernandez, Abelo. Macam mana ni? Sorry. Tak apalah, nanti kalau lama sangat it's going to take our time kan, and I'm very sure you have other things to do as well. So I guess we just start now. Okay, tempat 29 cantik. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon to everyone. Jangan risau, hari ni saya akan rojak je. Sampai going to be BI and lepas going to be BM. So this is going to be a very informal session, sesi yang tidak formal, yang kita akan borak-borak dan bercerita sikit dengan Alamin. Who was our athlete? I would say our man from MRSM KK yang menang last year di MRSM Baling, and I witnessed the winning moment. Dia naik pentas, dia patahkan dia punya piala semua, aku tengok. Nanti aku tunjuk kat korang. Okay, so apa tadi saya nak cakap? Okay, I would like to thank everyone from UBB Taekwondo for joining our session. Memang ini akan termasuk dalam korang punya attendance lah. So tak kira kau datang ke kau tak datang ke, aku bagi datang je, no problem. Okay, yang penting kita buat dan korang boleh tengok balik session ni on YouTube later on. And the reason why I decided to use YouTube instead of Google Meet ke, Microsoft Teams ke, because I want to try my very best to save your data. Sebab I think it will be better to keep your data for your online lesson kan. So simpan data untuk online lesson dan sikit untuk main game. So kita guna sikit je lah untuk petang ni on YouTube. I'm very sure YouTube tak akan makan banyak daripada data korang. Okay, and thank you 34 people, that's good. So we have one Charul, Baby Ray, a few names I know but ramai yang saya tak kenal, but no problem. So I think we just straightforward to our session today. So we invited Alamin to share a bit about his experience and his journey lah, dia punya pengalaman dan dia punya perjalanan daripada, I believe dia mesti daripada kecil dia dah join taekwondo kan, because I don't think this is not a journey yang sekejap. Dia mesti ambil masa yang lama, then you have to sacrifice a lot lah in order for you to reach a certain level. So I think before we move further, boleh tak kalau I invite Mr. Alamin to share a little bit information about yourself and your background to the audience here. Please, Mr. Alamin.
Okay, sir. Thank you. First, I want to thank Sir Iqmal and the UBB of Taekwondo, MRSM KK, and everyone behind the scenes for giving me this opportunity to capla sama kamu, the juniors and everyone else in MRSM KK who knows me. How I started in Taekwondo, basically, I was very young. Macam since I was umur 3 tahun, my mom did macam let us join Taekwondo, me and my elder sister, Arka, if you know her. We did join Taekwondo and macam we only did it until yellow belt. So we only went for one grading and then habis lah, that's it. But we weren't very active lah. And then we went to Libya, and then di Libya macam Taekwondo wasn't a thing. We didn't have Taekwondo. So I didn't do anything when I was in Libya lah. But when I came back to Malaysia, I think what made my mom, I think it's definitely everything comes from the parents. They shape their children to become, what they want them to see, what they want to see their children as. And I think after the war in Libya, that kind of really made my mom, feel like my children really need to protect themselves, something like that. So she gave us Taekwondo. Initially, my mom did do karate when she was young. She told me when she was very young, she did do karate, but she didn't take it seriously. So the reason she made us do taekwondo was because when we were in KL, the most active martial art, the one where it wasn't hard to find a club and a gym and all that, was taekwondo lah. Taekwondo is from South Korea. It's a martial art from South Korea, and they focus more on the legs. They don't use the hand as much. So if you're a person who likes to, jab, 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 and do a lot of punches, then I don't think taekwondo is it's not the best martial arts for you lah. Maybe you should do boxing or maybe karate. But for us, we did taekwondo. My whole family joined. It wasn't just me. It was my sister, my younger sister, my two younger sisters, my younger brother, and even at one point, my mom even wanted to join.
So in total, how many siblings do you have?
5, including me, is 5 siblings.
Including you 5.
So
are you the only boy?
No, I got one younger brother also.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to share? A bit about your background, the journey of your taekwondo ni?
Okay, so when I started with taekwondo, it was kind of boring for me, definitely boring, because all they did when we went to class, all we did was single punch and then kick, and it was very, very boring until when I finally reached like green or blue belt. Then the master actually has a night class and a morning class. The morning class is for the juniors, just to kasih naik your pangkat in the taekwondo. They didn't focus on go tournament, win some medals for the club, make the club famous and all that. So when I was green belt, my master started to give me and my family a chance lah. He told us to come for the night training, and at the night training, that's when I started to see how cool taekwondo actually was. I saw boys and girls all training. They were betul-betul. It was cool lah. It was like I was seeing Jackie Chan and Jet Li in front of my eyes lah, Ip Man and all that. It was cool lah. And then when I saw that, I felt wish. Aku pun nak ni, kalau boleh I also want to try benda ni, macam very cool, like the things you see in the movie, you see in front of your eyes. And then I was wondering, can I do that, could I do that? And then that's what made me and my whole family more into taekwondo lah, more interested. And then when we saw movies also, we could relate to it, like, oh, he did a turning kick, a backswing, we could understand it more lah, and we were more engaged in the movies and all that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think mostly boleh kata yang you are influenced ataupun you are impressed by the movies yang kau tengok. So you think you want to be like them lah kan? So I would say who's your idol then? Siapa idola kau? Ada ke specific?
If it's in the martial arts, in taekwondo, I don't really have one. I don't really have a specific idol, but I think definitely would be Jackie Chan and Jet Li lah.
Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Still in the world of martial arts kan?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So tadi sejarah perjalanan penglibatan dunia taekwondo. Ada siapa jadi idola? If you can remember how many tournaments you have actually taken part up until now?
Until now, I think more than 20 tournaments. Reaching 20. Probably almost 30, yeah. And here's the weird thing. Out of that 30, I won less than half of it. This is serious.
You won less than half?
Less than half of that 30 tournaments. Okay. Because I remember when I first started, until there was a time where I kept losing. Every time I joined a tournament, I lose. The next tournament, I lose. And then it was very, very difficult for me. But I don't know why my mom, my siblings, kept pushing me, telling me just join. But I think it was because the league I was in was I think it was the OG league. It was the seasoned fighters. I was against them.
Apa tu OG tu? I don't know that. I don't know much things about taekwondo.
How do you say? In KL, there's so many clubs. Okay, like my club was Choreo. I think I have a jacket here with their club. I think I can show you that.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Boleh tunjuk kat diorang.
Right here. I got 2 jackets. One's my sister's, one is mine. It says here, there. I think you can see it. That's our logo. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Choreo. So this is, I think, the biggest club in Malaysia so far. Malaysia. And that club was so big that each negeri had their own mini club. And then, so how it worked was, I joined Koreo Shah Alam, and then there was another Koreo called Koreo Setia Alam, and then there was Koreo Pahang, Koreo Muar Johor. There were so many all over Semenanjung, but the only place which didn't have was Sabah and Sarawak lah. And their club was so big that what they did was they made tournaments among their own club.
Oh, okay,
you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So those tournaments are the ones that are for the newbies who want to try Taekwondo. It's not for the the experienced fighters, because what happens is, if you join this inter club, they call it inter club among Koreo only. Every time you win, they will notice you, and then that's when they will take you into the elite team. And then you will start training with them, and you will start representing the negeri, representing the daerah, and if you do really well, you can represent the country lah.
So let's say kalau if you can represent the country, just now you said there are a lot of different clubs kan, and Koreo is one of the many clubs. So yang mana yang normally akan ada peluang yang lebih cerah? I mean, in representing Malaysia, ke every club has equal chance?
Oh, okay. I think this really depends, but I think every club has their equal chance depending on whether you perform during each tournament lah. If each tournament you can win and get yourself, a medal, at least a medal lah, I think your chances of representing will be much higher, because they will probably send you to the people in charge of the Sukma and the SEA Games and all that, and you might get a chance lah. But if it's in Semenanjung, the way I notice things, I think it would be better if you join a club which is well known, which is under TM, Taekwondo Malaysia. Then your chances of going far with Taekwondo will be much higher lah.
So forever, the small clubs tu takkan grow lah kalau semua orang go to the well-known clubs.
Yeah, that's true. True, but I wouldn't say so like that, because the other clubs are also, some of them are pretty good, because before Koreo I did join another club called MBV, and they were, I think, much better in terms of skills. Their skills and the way they taught us was, I think, much better. But the only thing was, I think maybe their fee lah. Every Monday we had to pay like 50 ringgit a month, which is quite expensive.
Oh, maybe it's a small club, so they need a higher fee in order to sustain again. But after all, it's still the service now. If they can give you good service, then you can grow well in Taekwondo. So why don't you go to that particular club kan? So it's good to know that one. So I think you have mentioned earlier lah, the reason why you pick Taekwondo was about macam self protection juga kan? It's your mom said tadi Okay. Is there any other reason ke? Why do you think you chose this martial art?
Okay, I think what I need to kasih clear here is, at the beginning, it wasn't my choice. It was my mom lah. My dad, he wasn't so into it. He was just, like, let your mom do what she wants. She wants you to do it. Yeah. Okay. So my entire family joined. At the beginning, we were like, okay lah, mom wants us to do it, so we just follow. And then eventually, she kind of made us enjoy it. She made us passionate about Taekwondo. So I think at the beginning, it's all about the parents, because I noticed even in our MRSMKK, some of our friends are pretty active in cycling, kan? Like Faiz and some of my batchmates also are active in cycling. I can bet that it's their parents who encourage them to do that. So for me, I think you don't have to be in martial arts. You can be in any extracurricular activity, as long as you're doing something extra aside from school academic stuff. But martial arts is a good idea, because you can defend yourself, or when you get, I don't know, when something happens to you, or something, when someone tries to rob you, rob your parents, rob your family, you're much more ready lah.
So you're protected lah, basically, and you prepare yourself. Protected. You know what to do in case you get into that kind of situation. Before that, I want to open to we have 60 people watching now. Ramai gila, and beyond my expectation. I was expecting 40 je macam tu, but it's good. So sambil-sambil tu yang join ni, I think macam your batchmate juga ramai. If you have any question, especially the current students of MRS and KK, kalau korang ada apa-apa soalan ke nak tanya, just throw the questions um, in the chat box. So nanti I'll bring up lah bagi Alamin jawab when we come into the Q&A session. Okay, so meanwhile I'll just keep throwing question to him and we try to see whether he can respond or not. Okay, tadi family members, I think all of your five siblings including you all took part in Taekwondo lah kan?
Yeah, all of us.
Okay, so out all five tu siapa yang you think macam yang paling wow, macam the best ke?
I think definitely my sister lah, Arka. Mbarka.
Your sister, okay, Arka. Why?
Yeah,
Why is that so?
The thing, for me lah, saya rasa macam sebenarnya not fair, but I cannot deny yang she is, I wouldn't say much better than me, but yeah, she's much better than me lah. Because when I joined the elite team in choreo, I kept losing and losing and losing. And during that time, she didn't join yet. So I had much more experience, but I wasn't winning. And I think it was because I'm still new to the sport. I was only a blue belt, red belt. I still didn't do well because we had like 5 rounds. Sorry?
Zaman bila tu? When was that? The first time you joined the elite team tu?
Oh, I think that was 2013 or 14 when I was Darjah 4.
Oh, okay. Darjah 4. Okay, nice.
Yeah, so you see, I think what made it difficult was because in the boys category memang ramai gila. Macam yang there was one tournament called Coco Crunch. It was sponsored by Coco Crunch, you know, the cereal Coco Crunch. So if you won, you would get this huge box. Betul, that was like a dream lah for a lot of us. But the problem was with us, the boys category, terlampau ramai gila. Too many people joining. Macam there was one time I joined and I had 6 bouts. 6 rounds, which means I have to win at least 4 to get a medal. Which was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I won one, I won the second one, and then I was like, okay, I still need 2 more to win. And then the third one I lost already. So then I didn't win nothing lah. Yes, but every other tournament, memang I'd have minimum 4 rounds.
Oh,
4 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think competition for me was much harder. But compared to my sister, when she joined, I don't know why she was so lucky. It was her risky, maybe. Sometimes she joined a tournament and she'll only have 1 round, which means if she loses, she still gets a medal, which was
straight get a medal. Okay.
Yeah, and the only time she'll have a lot of rounds was during big competitions against international people lah, which was not often.
Okay.
But that also, she would still win a medal lah. But I would consider Buyuk because she only has 2 rounds. Her first round she loses and she already gets a medal, which was, I don't know, for me lah. And then she would rub it at my face saying, I mean, you ni lama dah join tapi balik-balik kalah. You see me, I baru join menang sir. Look at all my medals. And then I was like, yeah lah, you've got only 2 rounds. Yeah.
But after all, it's not fair to compare between boys and girls category lah kan. You have to compare apple and apple. Kalau compare apple dengan grapes, it's unfair. Okay? So, okay, continue. Apa lagi kau nak tambah?
So I think her highest achievement was in Saga. I think if the Sabahan people here, they'll know Saga, the Saga games. She joined Saga. She won. I see a comment here from Effie. Alamin more than Arka. Yeah, thank you, Effie. Thanks, guys. So yeah, Saga, she got 2nd place. Her last round, she lost to Sandakan by 1 point. What they had was they seri. So when you seri at the final round, they will have an extra round called what's it called? I forgot already. Lucky draw or something like that. Golden point.
Okay.
So she lost lah. She lost to Sandakan, but she got 2nd place. Yeah, it was called sudden death. Sorry, it's called sudden death, and she lost. But she got number 2 lah in the whole of Sabah, which is pretty good. Another one I think would be Masadi Semenanjung. She got 2nd place also in an international tournament against some Australians and all that.
International tournament, 2nd place.
Yeah. I joined that tournament too, but I lost my first round against some Uzbekistan.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So having said about the tournament that you have participated kan, is there any specific tournament that you think is the yang kau ingat, yang kau rasa this is the most meaningful tournament yang I have joined ke, macam the best experience ke yang kau pernah terlibat?
I
Is there any
think
specific one that you can recall tak?
I don't want to be biased, tapi memang the one under Mara was one of the biggest lah
Okay.
for me.
Kenapa
It was
tu?
a good
What is that?
experience. Because I think for the first, no, it wasn't the first time, but I got a goal for both categories, for Pumse and Kyoryugi. For the viewers who don't know what's the difference between Kyoryugi and Pumse, Kyoryugi is yang lawan-lawan, yang you actually physically tendang orang tu and you know kau boleh KO and all that. Pumse is yang kau buat bunga-bunga saja. Yeah. So I got gold for both of that, and then I got pemain terbaik, which was, you know, alhamdulillah, and I got a trophy, which, you know, the moment I went down pecah terus. I still have it here.
Have you fixed it? Ada lagi? Boleh tunjuk
Belum lagi
kalau ada.
because of COVID. Do you want to see it, sir?
It's okay. I have the picture. Nantilah towards the end nanti baru kau tunjuk.
Okay.
Macam kita tengok video. Lagi, why do you think that was the best apart from winning both categories? Apa lagi reason?
I think it meant a lot to me because first of all, when I first was going there, it was pretty cool, you know, like flight. It was very fun lah, very fun with Sir lagi. Sir is very, you know, very fun to go with. You know, our apa ni, what do you call, our cikgu in charge also was very fun. So I think that's one of the reasons which ni betul sir, betul. That's why I found it very fun.
It's between us.
Okay. And
I got a question from Cikgu Sudirman. Dia tanya, Pumse tu pattern ke? Pattern ke Pumse tu? Macam pattern ke?
Yes, Cikgu Sudirman.
Yeah.
Cikgu Sudirman is my BM teacher. He once taught me BM before, and my BM is A. So thank you, Cikgu.
Yeah, thank you to Cikgu Sudirman for joining. I think Mr. Sudirman is more experienced than me. Saya datang, saya ganti tempat dia jadi ketua penasihat. But you know, I know nothing about Taekwondo. Banyak belajar dengan dia dan tengok-tengok korang lah. Okay, I think got another question. Kita put aside dulu pasal cerita baling tadi, MRCM baling, because nanti saya akan tunjuk gambar juga sikit. Ada soalan ni, dia tanya apa ni? Since when you started joining Taekwondo and where did you do that training? Juhaidi bin Juhaili. Who's this? Thank you for joining, Mr. Juhaidi. Can you respond to this question, Alamin?
Okay. Thanks for the question, Juhaidi. Mr. Juhaidi. Since when you started joining Taekwondo? I started joining in, I think, late 2011 or 2012. That was when I was Darjah 2. I started already. And where did you do that training? I did it in Ampang, Kuala Lumpur, Ampang. There was a gym there under the club called MBW, Master Ben Wong. He was he was the head of the club, but the person I was being trained by was a guy called Master Daniel. We call him Master Daniel. He was pretty good. He went all the way to Korea to do training and all that. So that's why I think from him was where I learned to be. I was the kind of player who does a lot of spinning, which, you know, other kids will always, you know, just do turning kick. But I was the person who would do a lot of spinning, and I think that came from him lah. He was the one that made me do a lot of spinning. Yeah. So that's how I'm gonna answer your question. That's how I started and where I started. It was in a small gym in Ampang with a master who once trained in Korea. Okay,
that's nice. Yeah. Thank you. Thank to that master lah, whoever masters who have trained you and made you come this far.
Thank you very much.
So I think Taekwondo or martial arts is not something that everyone can simply take kan. Tak semua orang akan ada ability ataupun ada apa ni, rasa nak buat Taekwondo ni seriously. So you as a person who is very serious in Taekwondo kan, kau rasa what is the future of people like you kalau you want to be serious in Taekwondo?
The future? Meaning, sir?
Yeah. I mean macam, is it just for macam kau cuma just ambil just join apa ni tournament ke macam tu je kan, ataupun what is your future, apa yang kau nak dengan join Taekwondo ni nanti, apa yang kau rasa kau akan boleh dapat lagi nanti?
Okay sir, thank you for the question. For me, what I want to see myself, succeed in Taekwondo is definitely first would be to get the highest level of the black belt. You see, once you have a black belt, orang fikir macam wah hebat sudah, but actually the black belt pun there's another 9 more stages.
Wow.
So yeah, I think the highest in Malaysia is I think my own master, if I'm not mistaken, Master, what's his name? Sorry, I forgot. Master Barry Voon. He's eighth dan, if I'm not mistaken. So eighth dan is like 8 stripes on his belt, and then the highest is 9. 10 is for when you get it it's awarded to you. Usually, like Barack Obama, the president, he got the 10th dan, but you can't just get it like that. It's usually awarded to you. So if for me, I'd like to get as high as possible. Maybe get by 25 years old, maybe get 5th dan, Chan if can. So I need to be active in the sport.
Sekarang kau berapa?
Sekarang I'm only 3rd dan.
3rd.
Yeah, but to progress from 1 dan to the next, there's a period where you have to wait. Like from 1st to 2nd dan, you have to wait 1 year. 2nd dan to 3rd dan, you have to wait 3 years. Yeah, something like that. So it will take time. And that will also, macam, when I'm always in the sport, it will kind of give me the ability to always be, how do you say? Macam, what's the word? What's the word, sir?
What do you want to say?
I don't know, awake? Always alert lah, always alert wherever I am, yeah, something like that. Because when I macam slow down on the spot, macam I find my stretching like it's not that good, and then my reaction to people is slower lah. So if I keep doing the spot,
it's common. I think it's very common lah kan. When you take something, suddenly you stop doing it for a few period of time. Then when you want to restart it again, then it's going to be troublesome for you. Okay, there's another question from Mr. Sudirman. Banyak ada soalan datang. Okay, Alamin, adakah dengan menyertai Taekwondo ni menjadikan diri seseorang itu lebih berkeyakinan? What do you think? Are you more confident now?
Okay. That's a very good question. I think definitely, yeah, definitely. Because when you do Taekwondo and you fight people, you kind of have the confidence. I mean, you have confidence in yourself that you can protect yourself. So macam I think I really encourage this for girls to do martial arts, because you won't have the issue of worrying when like malam you go out and then park your car far from the shopping lot or something, and then you takut that someone will rob you or anything bad happens. So with martial arts, you'll be a little bit more confident, but then again, don't attract bad things to come to you. You can't be overconfident. Yeah. But I think definitely it'll make you confident. If you're a student also, it makes you more confident to, how do you say it? To protect yourself from bullying, which is, with me, it wasn't common because I knew how to avoid it, but it will definitely make you more confident.
I see. Okay. That's a good answer, I think, to the question from Mr. Sudirman. The next question is from Adriana Darwisha. Which tournament you win the most?
I won the most. Let me see. Win the most? I don't think there is one. But maybe I think the choreo tournaments, Hmong choreos, I did win. I think only 3 times. Only 3 times out of like 7 times or maybe 12 times I joined. I only won 3 times.
Okay lah, tu still berapa 30% juga kan? Yeah, 30 to 40% almost. That's a lot lah. Okay, good one. The next question from Dalili Razwan. Have you got your black belt? Yes. If yes, when is it?
Okay.
When did you get your black belt?
I think Dalilini is from Baling, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not so sure, but okay, I'm gonna answer your question. Yes, I got my black belt, but it's not exactly official because I have the belt, but the certificate yang sebenarnya yang lagi penting. The certificate, I don't think I have it yet. The black belt certificate, belum ada.
Okay.
When, I'm not sure. When will I get it? I'm not sure.
When will you get the black belt? Not sure. The certificate.
Yeah,
I see. Okay,
but the belt I already have it.
All right. So we move on to the next question. Ryan, I think Ryan is from to Berlian. Do you ever want to give up when the first time you started? I guess when you first started Taekwondo, have you ever feel to like giving up?
Yeah, that one I think definitely. There was one point where I did tell you kan I kept joining and losing, joining and losing, joining and losing, and then at one point I macam rasa what's the point of keeping keeping up with the sport kalau balik-balik kalah, macam it's waste of time, waste of money, macam membebankan siya. So I thought macam why not I just stop joining tournaments, just focus on the taekwondo. But then I think it was when I managed to almost reach the quarterfinal. That starting from them, I think it made me more more motivated to try and push more, and then give myself a chance and not be too harsh on myself. But I definitely did almost wanted to give up for taekwondo. There was a time.
Okay. Even there are time yang kau naik dan turun kan.
Yeah, definitely. And I also want to mention that hold on. I also want to mention macam during darjah 6, Form 3 and SPM, those years will be the years where I'm least active in taekwondo, where I will join minimum one or two tournaments. Why? Because I will try to focus more on studying, because during those years I have big exams kan, macam darjah 6 UPSR, but sekarang punya batch tiada UPSR sudah kan?
Yeah, no more.
Lucky lah dia orang, but for me I had, and then PT3 I had Form 3 PT3, and then SPM was Form 5 lah. So during those years I would only join one tournament, usually awal-awal tahun, and then the rest of the year I'll focus on studying lah. I'll try to focus on studying.
I think you actually about to answer the question from teacher Azwa ni. Hey Azwa. Okay, how you balance your COQ and academic? Okay, time management, homework, rest time and all. So how did you actually manage to juggle between all of this stuff?
Okay, before I answer the question, I want to mention that teacher Azwa is my homeroom teacher. She's one of the best homeroom teachers I've ever had. I mean, I only had one, but she was definitely the best lah. Sangat shocked, very shocked with teacher Azwa. Okay, now to the question, how you balance your cooking, academic, time management, homework, rest time. Okay, it was definitely hard. Memang susah, especially in MRSM. I'm sure if everyone here who's in MRSM, you know how difficult it is to manage your time as a student. Even if you don't have QQ, sometimes it's very hard to manage your time. I don't know why. But what I tried to do was I would make my own timetable, and I try to follow the timetable. So if like I list down what I have to do, and then if I can do at least 50% of what I list down, then that's already thumbs up for me. But if I haven't done it, then I'll try to focus on doing that, and then I'll, usually my friends, my batchmates, like, Diorang Fadli, Saddam, Mirza and everyone else, they'll like bawa me to play rugby or play football, basketball, all sorts. So I'll try to cut down on that. Sometimes I do turun padang with them sometimes, but then there'll be other times where I try to not go down and focus on studying during the riada time, which I think is not allowed, but that's what I did lah.
Playtime is playtime lah. You should not break the rules, okay? So that's I think that's the challenge lah. As a student, you want to be successful in academic, and at the same time you want to excel in your COQ juga kan. So you know what works best for you. And I think the technique that you shared just now is something that our friends here can actually follow and try. Okay, thank you for the answer. Moving on, banyak pula soalan. That's good. Okay, another one from Mr. Sudirman. Alamin, dalam tempoh 10 tahun akan datang, di mana Alamin akan berada dalam taekwondo?
Okay, this is a very
9 or 10
question.
dan.
Cikgu Sudirman's questions are very, very good. 10 years from now, which means I'll be 28 years old. Okay, paling tinggi I'll see myself is joining Olympics, which I think is not likely. I don't think I have the determination and commitment to go all the way to Olympics. SEA Games pun, I don't think so. But I think what I can do in 10 years is maybe get my 5th dan or 6th dan, and then maybe I become an instructor and then help other people, go through the journey that I have went through and help them along the way.
If you want to become an instructor, do you have to take macam any kind of certificates ke? Ataupun it's enough with the belt that you have, okay, dah boleh dah.
I cannot recall, but if I'm not mistaken, you do have to go for some sort of kursus seminar to join, which is I don't know, a 3-5 days thing, and then you're good to go lah. You can start opening your own class.
I see. So you can actually make money lah. So if you go serious on this one, you make your own club. Okay.
Yes.
I'll be your partner. Okay. If you need apa ni modal, just tell me. I'll give you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, in between us, okay. Okay, next question is from Nur Hasha. Oh, Hasha Naim. What's the thing you wish someone told you before joining Taekwondo? Wow, this is heavy.
So many good questions. Oh my god.
Bagus lah, bagi kau berfikir.
The thing you wish someone told you for joining Taekwondo. What would I wish? Before joining Taekwondo, I think if you're asking me personally, Mila, after what I've been through and then what I wish didn't happen to me, I think what I wish would be that, remember I told you earlier that I joined the elite team to, fight more experienced players. I wish what I did was I joined the tournaments among themselves first, the small tournaments among themselves, the choreo circuits they were called. I wish I joined more of that before I, advance into the elite squad, because I found that since I skipped this one, the basics, the choreo, where you fight not so experienced people, you learn what you have to do, and then the difficulty, and then all the basic stuff. Then maybe when I went to the elite, maybe I would have had a much higher chance of winning.
I see.
But yeah, that's the thing that I wish I didn't join the elite squad so early. But it definitely gave me a lot of experience lah. I cannot deny that.
There are pros and cons lah, I guess.
True.
Okay. Thank you, Alamid, for the question. I think the next question is from Nur Fazilah Adib. Maybe she came a bit late. Do you start Taekwondo because of your own passion or because of influence from the family?
Okay. Hello, Fazilah. She's a friend from Baling.
Okay.
I started Taekwondo. At the beginning, it was because of my family. Memang because of my family. They were the one that, made us do it. And then eventually, lama-lama going down the road, I myself started to enjoy the sport. And I started to build a passion. I started to have a passion for the arts lah of Taekwondo. It was pretty cool. If you have time, maybe you guys can go on YouTube later and then check some YouTube what's it called? Taekwondo performance, Taekwondo demos. It's really cool. They macam terbang in the air and then kick planks, kick kayus and then break it. It's so cool. Mostly Korean guys. So yang minat K-pop too, you guys can watch that later. A lot of Koreans there. Very cool. They do like more than 360. I think like 540 in the air and then kick the plank and pecah. And then they land on their feet without any patah or anything. So that I think was so cool. And then I tried to learn that. And that's the kick, the one I did masa di Baling lah. Eventually I got it lah.
Ada kot macam, I think I remember that one.
Yeah.
Macam.
Yang pusing-pusing tu.
Yeah. Okay. Ada lagi a few questions, but I think we have actually responded to many questions. You responded to many questions. Maybe it's a good time for us to take a break for a while. Kita akan tengok some pictures, some of the memories that we gathered from our trip to Baling. So I'm going to show with you everyone. This is just the pictures, okay? Nanti at the end baru kita akan tengok video yang Diana buat. Can you see the
Yes, sir. Can see.
slide now?
Okay. Yep.
Sekejap Okay. So the 2020 kejohanan the 2020 Taekwondo that was done in MRSM Baling. That was a few weeks before we were locked down by the government lah because of COVID-19. And as you can see, we went there with the silat punya team kan. Kita pergi dengan silat.
Yeah, we went to silat people.
Lepas tu ada this one Diana, for those who don't know, Vivianita, and another one siapa? Tak ada Mana Putri? Where's Putri? Putri tak ada. I think dia ambil gambar kot. Okay, and Alamin. Okay. Alright, so this is the contingent lah with the silat team. And this is Putri, Vivianita, and Alamin, and also Diana. Our participants ada 4 je. So memang kita orang enjoy berjalan je sebenarnya. Okay, moving on. I think this was the final Pumse.
Yeah, that's the one.
This was Pumse final. I remember I took the picture from the other side of the hall. Then moving on, sama juga tadi. Kenapa benda sama? This is the one that I wanted to show to everyone. Okay, the moment he got this one, daripada atas stage, dia turun, patah. Okay, dia turun, jatuh dan patah. So, and I think he still keep that piala lah. Nanti maybe if he got chance, he will share this to us. Okay, and I think this was before the final, I mean. Tak ingat lah.
I think after.
Oh, after the Pumse?
Yeah, after.
Oh, yeah, after.
Habis
Boleh lah.
lah, yeah.
Tapi muka dah happy tu dah menang lah tu kan. Okay, so these are some of the memories that we kept from the tournament last year. Okay, I think we'll just continue with the next question. Kalau ada soalan lagi boleh bagi kawan-kawan. Kawan-kawan pula. Anak-anak, adik-adik. Okay, next ada soalan. Ni aku tak suka ni. Kalau mengantuk masa prep, kalau tidur di study room ke? Ataupun di bilik. No, I read that one. Okay, Mr. Sudirman again. Sekejap. Ke saya dah cross Dalili. Dalili, I keep your questions later, okay? Because that's quite similar to my last question. We respond to Mr. Sudirman first. Alamin, one day you akan explore dunia kerjaya yang agak sibuk dengan tugas. Ambil kau. Okay, dengan tugas dan macam-macam. Let's say pihak Persatuan Taekwondo pilih Alamin untuk sertai tournament. Adakah Alamin bersedia? So, the road not taken lah ni, kau kena pilih which one.
Okay, thank you Cikgu Sudirman again for making sure I use my thinking skills very well. I will definitely not be ready lah. Memang tidak ready lah, not ready. This happened before where I wasn't ready, but I'll try to manage my time. Let's say kalau tournament tu in 1 month or in 2 weeks, I'll try to do a training macam if it was 2 weeks, definitely every day mesti ada training. At least 1 hour of fitness or kicking target, and definitely a lot of stretching because my stretching is not so good. I think I'm the only one in the family who cannot do a full split, but what to do lah. But I will definitely join. Will I be ready? No. Will I join? Yes. Will I be excited to join? Yes. Will I be determined to join? Yes. Will I be committed? Yes. But will I not join? No, I will join.
Okay, that's the spirit. That's the motivation that we want to hear lah from people. Maybe ramai orang boleh belajar daripada your story today. Okay, the next question is again from Ryan. Have you ever been seriously injured in Taekwondo? Pernah tak? Injury yang teruk lah.
I think the worst one I have was, it was actually a small injury, but the pain was so big. It was at my jari, the smallest jari of the kaki. It was during training. It wasn't during a tournament. It was during training where I did a kick and my teammate pun kick, and then the toe yang paling kecil at the foot begini, and then my one went like that, pop.
Aduh.
And it was so painful. I remember even walking sakit. Dia macam ada rasa yang tidak sedap ni. So that pain was for almost 1 month. The pain didn't hilang. And it and then when I joined training also, I was macam they would certain exercises I couldn't join because of my toe, which was only this toe of my foot. So, but lama-lama at the end it did heal lah, but it was quite painful. And I think that was the worst. I did get injured masa tournament, but it was only like lebam biru-biru. But what they do is they have one spray, which they'll spray on you, and it was really cold, and then macam rasa tu, the pain will hilang macam for I think about 5-10 minutes, so that you can kasih habis your fight, and then but later it will definitely hurt.
Yeah. But talking about injury kan, we know that when you are in martial arts, you are exposing your body to kicks and punches kan. So don't you think that in the future it's going to be it's going to negatively affect your body in the future?
That can potentially happen if you have some major injury, but it's very unlikely. I mean, but for everything in this world, there's a cons to it. There's a bad side to it. Like even driving, bawa kereta, you say, oh selamat, but at the end, ada juga orang who crash and then meninggal. For football, football also ada juga yang injured pretty bad. So for taekwondo, I think yes, it is a little, you are exposing yourself to hits, physical pain, but what we do is we try to make it in a way that it doesn't injure yourself too bad. It kind of it just makes your body familiar with the physical pain that you might experience in the future. So macam like kicking, we have the target, so we hit the target. So you are practicing to apply hard kicks, but at the same time you won't injure yourself because the target is made out of a material which is pretty soft. And then during tournaments we have a full body protection. We have the vest, the arm guard, the headgear, the mouthpiece, and if I'm not mistaken, now headgears are different. Dulu headgear begini saja, you just cover here, and then that's it. But now they have the mask at the front already for taekwondo now. Yeah.
Is it post-COVID or what? Or they really just improving the safety?
No, I think it's improving the safety.
Oh, okay. But after all, we know that all martial arts, they have risk lah kan. Tak kira in whatever sports you take, of course there's risk. But the good thing is they are preparing. They are preparing all the safety gears and to make sure that if you get injury, all will be minimized lah kan.
Betul.
Okay. We have got no more new questions, but if you have good questions, just throw in here. As we come towards the end, I think we come back to siapa tadi? Dalili. Mana soalan dia tadi? I'm scrolling up and down. What is your advice for the beginners in taekwondo?
Okay. My advice, if you're joining taekwondo, you just started, try to focus on your basics. It's macam every other thing in life. When you do maths, when you do chemistry, when you do English with Sekmal, or even driving, you have to focus on the basics and make sure you're really good at the basics before you can, move forward and try to be better at other more complex things. For example, in taekwondo, I think you would have to definitely try to make your kicks, your front kick and turning kick perfect, your single punches better, because if you go in like the saying goes, you can't run before you learn to walk. Is that it, sir?
Of
that's
course
the one.
Kan.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so try to learn the basics. Memang it'll take time. I think about 1 month, 2 months, just doing the basics, making sure you got it well, you know how to do it pretty good, and then you advance yourself, make yourself try a little bit more extreme stuff or complex stuff in taekwondo. So focus on the basics first if you're a beginner.
After all, it's consistency.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
When you feel you're ready, then you can start to move on.
I see. Thank you for the advice. Yep. One more from Asnawi. Quite a long question. On your level now, do you master to calm yourself whenever you face an opponent, or still nervous a little bit? Example, gegar kaki sikit or feeling unwell a little. Ada tak? Nervous ke kau dah relax je? Okay, I boleh menang, no problem.
No. Memang ada juga rasa macam nervous sikit. At the beginning macam awal-awal rasa macam okay sudah ni. Before you enter di luar ring, when you have to line up berbaris and then kau nampak sudah kau punya opponent, and then kalau dia tinggi kau akan terasa sudah susah ni kalau mau tendang kepala ni, or if he shot you might feel overconfident. Tapi I pernah met a guy who's short and I lost to him. He was really short, like I think this height. He was so short, but he was very smart. He mind the cut because I got long legs, so he plays close with me, and then every time I kick, I'm just kicking the angin. So tiada point because he's so short. My kaki tiada sampai. So he was very smart. So I think nervous, memang nervous. At the beginning, di luar, before you meet your opponent, memanglah kau rasa macam confidence sudah boleh sudah ni. And then the moment kau nampak kau punya opponent, you will start to that rush of nervousness will come in. and then that will be where you practice to try to calm yourself, practice being relaxed and patient during a stressful moment or environment. But sampai gegar-gegar, I think in the beginning, awal-awal, before I was a season player dalam this sport, memang ada gegar-gegar juga lah. But I think now sampai gegar, no lah, tidak sampai yang bergegar-gegar. Paling-paling pun just like really nervous.
I see. Is there any specific ritual ke, a specific thing that you do in order to reduce your nervousness? Ada tak? Macam kau berlari ke, kau tembak-tembak dinding ke, whatever.
What I would do, I'd run, really, how do you say? I do a little bit of kicking and running before the match. But some coaches, what they do is they'll take their hands like this, or they'll take the guards and then they'll pop at your head so that you like really wake up. Some coaches I've seen do that. Yeah, they actually do that.
But me, what I do is I try.
But what I do is I just do a little bit of running lah.
I see. Warm up. I noticed that. I witnessed that in Baling. Okay. Yeah. Another question from Mr. Sudirman again. Habis kau. Ada tak terfikir cuba try seni bela diri yang lain? Add value, silat ke karate, silambam dan lain-lain.
I did. Thank you, Cikgu Sudirman, for the question. I did do that before. Masa darjah 3 ke? My school, the school I was in, because Taekwondo kan, I had a club for it, which I did outside of school time. But then my school suddenly had a new club, karate club, and then I was sebelum when they just came, they gave a performance masa assembly, and then they like flew in the air and then kasih patah papan, and then I never saw that before lah. I belum nampak benda begitu, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I asked my mom, can I join too? And then she said, why not? You want to join? Just join lah. So when I joined, I found it difficult to balance between two martial arts, especially since dua-dua I was still new to it. Both of it, I was still new to it. In Taekwondo, I was only, I think, a green or yellow belt. So I'm not yet a seasoned or, experienced in Taekwondo. And then I'm already trying out a new karate. So I think that's where you can use the analogy or the saying that goes, don't try to run before you walk. So I think at that time, I should have just did Taekwondo first, get my black belt. And then once I'm, familiar with Taekwondo, and then I try looking for other martial arts like karate or silat and so on.
I see. I think to me, I believe that we should focus on one thing only lah and master it very, very well, because after all, you don't want to be jack of all trades but master of none. Buat apa kau buat semua benda tapi tak ada satu benda pun yang kau betul-betul hebat kan. Okay, that's a good answer, good sharing. Okay, we are still waiting for more questions, tapi it's already 1 hour dah kan since we started the session. If you still have questions, you can just throw in the question. But I think I would like to share with you, I think the montage got the video made by Diana.
Yeah, Diana.
Diana buat video ni rasanya. Oh, okay. When did she actually make the video ni? Last year ke?
Yeah, last year. Right after the tournament, and when we came back to KK, she made
okay, I didn't know that. Tak apalah. So I'll just share this video with you people before we end our session. Let's say lah, kalau the YouTube session is still on, you can still ask the question and I will pass the question to Alamin to answer. Meanwhile, let's enjoy the video made by Diana.
Mind waking when the sun's down, riding all these highs, waiting for the calm down. Walk these streets with me, I'm doing decently, just glad that I can breathe. Yeah, I'm trying to realize it's alright to not be fine on your own. Now I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination, and there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? come through? Ain't got much to do. Too old for my hometown. Went to bed at noon. Couldn't put my phone down. Scrolling patiently. It's all the same to me. Just faces on a screen. Yeah. I'm trying to realize it's alright to not be fine on your own. Now I'm
Aku bahagia memilikimu seutuhnya.
exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? Yeah. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? It's my baby. It's my love. Touching you slowly. Love how you hold me. I was a player. That was the old me. I sent to pay for something holy. Got naked and showed me. Girl, summer's been lonely, yeah. At first, I was hesitant, like a skeleton. You 20, but intelligent. Now all the mother bitches so relevant, oh yeah. 10 lines and some memories. Guess summer got the best of me. Chef B with the recipe, yeah. But with you, it's a better me. I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is I fucking love you. I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is I fucking love you. Oh yeah. Thought you through the better days, thought you through the rainy ones. Champion, you number one. Yeah, that's true. But I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is I fucking love you. Oh yeah. Yes I do. Chillin' top floor with a penthouse view. But that don't mean a thing unless I'm next to you. Cause money just money, let's spend it on you. Next to me, when I'm with you, you bring out the best in me. God made you a twin, but you the one I see. But shout out to Alicia, that's my baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if I wrote you a love song, would you sing it? If I need a bail out of jail, would you bring it? If I win, then we're up. If we fail, then we bring it. I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is I fucking love you. I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is I fucking love you. I do. Now you through the better days, now you through the rainy ones. Champion, number one, yeah, that's true. But I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is I fucking love you. Oh yeah. That's my baby, yeah. My baby, my baby, yeah. That's my baby, yeah. My baby, my baby, yeah.
Do you love the rain? Does it make you dance when you're drunk with your friends at a party? What's your favorite song? Does it make you smile? Do you think of me? When you close your eyes, tell me what are you dreaming? Everything I wanna know it all. I'd spend 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes to learn that sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but I'm gonna try. now, do you think of me? When you close your eyes, tell me, what are you dreaming? Everything I wanna know it all. I'd spend 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes to learn that sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but I'm gonna try. If it's 10,000 hours or the rest of my life, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Oh, want the good and the bad, everything in between. Oh, that'll cure my curiosity. Oh yeah, I'd spend 10,000 hours and 10,000 more. Oh, if that's what it takes to learn that sweetheart of yours. And I might never get there, but I'm gonna try. If it's 10,000 hours or the rest of my life, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Yeah. And LA, on a Saturday night in the summer, sundown and they all come out. Lamborghinis and they rented Hummers. The party's on, so they're heading downtown. Everybody's looking for a come up, and they wanna know what you're about. Me in the middle with the one I love it. We're just trying to figure everything out. We don't fit in, we are just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation. Yeah, you look stunning, dear, so don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Top designer clothes, front row fashion shows. What you do and who'd you know? Inside the world of beautiful people. Champagne and roll up nose, prenups and broken homes. Surrounded but still alone. Let's leave the party. That's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Yeah, that's not who we are. We are not beautiful.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, Diana. I think she's here ke? Ada tak Diana? Thank you for the video. That's wonderful. Teringat balik zaman-zaman jalan ke sana kan. Before COVID, before COVID attack Malaysia. I think that was the
Right
at that
before
time,
COVID.
right before COVID, actually officially in Malaysia lah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at that time, I think the people from China have stopped coming to Malaysia kan. If you remember,
Yeah.
airport Penang tu kosong gila. Okay. So I think we have come towards the end of our session. And I don't see any more questions coming. Is there anything, maybe last words from you, Alamin, you want to share with the audience here today?
Okay. I would like to say thank you to Sir Ikmal, and then there's so many people, I cannot mention everyone, but I want to say thank you to like Fikri and Azli and Nai and so many other people like Cyril, so many others who helped me masa I was training, before the tournament, masa I was training di Baling, when I was training in KK. And I want to say thank you to Cikgu, not Cikgu. Yeah, Syed Iqmal, Ustazah, and Ustad Azmi, Teacher Azwa, and Mr. Gilbert. I want to thank also my mom, my sisters, who came to give us a little bit of training and last words before we went there. And I also want to say thank you to. There's so many people to say thank you to. I cannot remember, but I just want to say I want to say thank you to everyone who helped me, be the person I am today, and then do this, be able to bring back some medals for Koki. And I also want to encourage everyone else who, if you feel like doing something, besides academic, just go for it. You won't lose anything. You will actually get something from it, whether it's cycling, chess, whether it's softball, football, anything. Just join. Even olahraga, you will definitely get something out of it. Even if you don't win, you still will get something from it. So that's it. I also, I want to make sure I don't forget any names here. Like Ustad Azmi, he was the one that made everything possible for us to go there. Syed Iqmal, definitely, and everyone else who made it possible. I want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Alamin, for the very great conclusion of our session today. And I hope those who join our session today will learn something, have learned something. And if there's anything that you can apply in your life, ada apa-apa yang korang rasa korang boleh amalkan, korang boleh ikut, korang boleh follow in terms of punya tips ke apa tadi yang dia share, just buat. Okay, if you need help from him, sekarang the technology is so modern that you can even reach him with just one click on your smartphone. Okay, so saya rasa itu saja sesi untuk petang ini. And again, sekali lagi saya nak ucap terima kasih pada Alamin for the opportunity, for the time. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for the time that you have spent and spare for us today. And I think that's it. With that, bye everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you for joining our session today. Bye.
Yep. Bye, sir. Bye, everyone. Good luck, everyone in Mars KK. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good luck, guys. Bye-bye.